Sally and welcome to today's video. So it's Monday, so we're messing about with some mixed media and I'm going to make a topper to go on this scrungy nature theme journal that I've been making. So I've got quite a few bits on my desk. I've got some feathers, a stencil, my paints, a grungy piece of paper towel, some paper scraps, painted papers. I've got some more grungy scrappy papers in there. I've just got them all out, and then I've got my stuff at the side of me to make the topper with. So what we're going to do to start off with, let's just move these bits out of the way. As per usual, I've not got enough room. Okay, so I've cut a piece of grey board. It's not very thick, I think it's only 1mm, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this tissue paper, greaseproof paper. I'm just going to scrunch it up, guys, so I apologise for the noise. Just want lots of creases in it. In the background. Right, I'm going to start off. I'm going to put some gel medium on my background. I'm just going to... Might have gone a bit heavy-handed there, but we can work with it, not to worry. Okay, my greaseproof paper, and I'm going to stick it onto here. I want to try and keep the creases in it. That's just going to be like my background. Try and crease it up a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to cut around it. I'm hopefully going to stitch it if it'll go through my sewing machine. I'm just going to fold the edges over. Just get rid of that. Get a bit more gel medium on my brush. Okay, I'm just going to fold these over just to stick them to the back. Just then it's a neater finish. And the same with this one. Stick it over. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. And then here, if you want to cut it off, you can. I just think it gives it a bit of a neater finish if you fold your edges over like this. Like I said, I'm hoping that this is going to go through my sewing machine when I've finished. I think it should do. I think I've stitched this grey board before. Okay, right. Okay, so that is my background. Just some greaseproof paper. If you've not got any of that, you could use tissue paper, or I'm trying to think, the back of a napkin or something like that. I've got some new paints here that I've bought. I've got an oil green and this metallic one. I'm going to start with this darker one. Just going to give it a good shake. Let's just move the rest of them over here. I hope you can see, guys. I noticed on my last video was a little bit too much down here. I'm doing my best to try and get it perfect, but I don't seem to be stuck. Some videos I do it great and then others I don't. Right, I'm just gonna shake this. Put a little bit on the mat, and I've got a big brush here. Like I said in the last video, I've been heavily inspired to do this journal by the lovely Barbara from 49 Dragonflies. She made a gorgeous one. Well, she worked on it for a while. But she did the same kind of cover. I've been watching her all week doing different projects, and I just love watching her. Can you see how nice that crackly looks with the tissue paper? Well, with the greaseproof paper. Right, I like that. Maybe just a little bit heavier. This is just a cheap paintbrush from the pound shop. It's nothing special. I just buy them in packs of, I think they're either 3 or 4. They last for a couple of weeks. But yeah, they're okay. Right, I'm just going to dry. Okay, that's dry. So I'm going to use this lighter green now. Just come in with a little bit of this. And just do the same again. Just splodge it on my... Oh, these are beautiful paints. These are. A little bit more of that. It does absorb it quite quickly, to be honest. Yes, I love that colour, them colours. Oh, aren't they lovely, them two colours together? Can you see the shine on there, guys? I hope you can. Right, I'm just going to dry off there. Okay, and next I'm going to use a bit of this copper. Just a little bit of this. Same again. Oh, I like that. I'm not going to put too much on because I'm going to try and stencil some gold leaves in the background. Isn't that lovely? I like that. Really grungy looking. Right, I'm just going to dry off again. Okay, so I've got a stencil here. I don't know how successful this will be trying to stencil over the paint, but I'm going to give it a try. It's just this leaf stencil. And if I can just get a little bit, I've finished with them 3 now. I've got some gold acrylic paint here, metallic. Just gonna put a bit of that on me for now. And I've got this kitchen sponge. And I'm just going to see if I can just get, even if it's only a little bit of an imprint of the leaf. Just a little bit. Oh, I need a lot more. Oh, yes, I can. I've not got much left in this gold. I'll have to just use what I can. This is just a kitchen scourer, you know, for your kitchen, what you do your dishes with. Nothing fantastic. I've just cut a piece of that because I thought it would give it some texture as well. Oh yes, I like that. That's what I was looking for actually. Just in the background. Yeah, I like that. I think you can just about make out that the leaves. Yeah, I'm happy with that. A little bit down here. Yeah, so you don't need expensive equipment. You just need a kitchen sponge and a bit of paint and some greaseproof paper. It doesn't always have to be expensive, guys. Use what you've got. Think what you've got that you can use. I'm just going to wipe over this a bit because I'll not get it off. Yeah, just have a think, you know, go around your kitchen stuff that you've got. And if you've not got a stencil, if you've got a die, make a stencil out of a leaf die. You know, just cut it out and use the paper, put it onto some cardboard if you've got a leaf die, and then use the negative as your stencil. You know, there's always ways around it. You don't have to go spending a load of money to make a nice project. Well, I don't think so anyway. Right, I'm just going to move them out of my way for a minute. I'm just going to pop on my heat gun and just dry that off. Okay, so that's dry. I'm just going to get my ink and I'm just going to grunge around the edges up a little bit. It's still a little bit damp, but it should be okay. Just put it all over me. Oh dear me. There's not a day goes by, guys, where I've either got paint or ink on my hands. These are absolute rubbish. They just keep breaking all the time. No, I'll have to just get my brush and go over it a little bit. Oh, I'm thinking I'm doing the back. I'm not doing the back, am I? So that's going to sit on the front of my journal, and then I'm going to make like another little topper to sort of sit on there. So I'm just going to put that to one side for a minute, and I've got some bits of paper and stuff here. I'm going to use that piece of card, so I'm going to make a topper to sit on there so we can still see the background. Okay, I've just got some bits to collage with here, some gel prints. Don't think I'll use that one with the colour. I'm going to use this big owl as my focal image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same as what I did with the other one. I'm just going to put some gel medium on here. And this is tissue paper. I'm going to scrunch that up, same. And then I'm going to put that on. And scrunch it up again. Just thought that green might look nice. Okay, and then again I'm just going to cut off from behind. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue to try and fold this up. Again, doesn't have to be perfect because like I said, I'm going to sew around it all. Just fold it up the best you can. Okay, I think that should do the trick. Okay, now I'm thinking whether to go in with some of that dark green paint again, and I think I'm going to. So I just need something to, I shouldn't have put my paintbrush in the water yet. Let's just squeeze the paintbrush out. I'm just going to dab in again. Don't mind if there's a bit of the lighter green coming through, that's fine. I'm just going to dry off. Okay, and then I'm going to come in again with a bit of the lighter green. These brushes are great for doing this kind of thing with, really are. I'm just going to dry off. Okay, and then I'm going to come back in with a little bit of the golds again. I'm frightened to shake it too much in case it goes everywhere. Right, let's try that bit for now. Yeah, that's what I was looking to do. Happy with that. Right, have I finished with this paintbrush now before we put a bit of the copper on as well, we might as well, and we've got all the same colours. Oh, that's too much. Let's just get some of that off. Yeah, that's enough. Let's just get rid of that little bit there, then I don't put it everywhere. Okay, I'm just going to dry off, guys. Okay, so I'm dry there. Right, next I've got some bits and pieces here that I'm going to collage with. So I'm just going to get some of this. Just going to do some layers. Book page. I will grunge these up. A bit like that, and then a piece of ledger. Don't think I want that green. Right, let's grunge these up then. Can't get hold of anything. Fingers and thumbs. Right, I've got some feathers as well that I'm going to use. Let's grungy these up a little bit. Which one should we use? Let's use this one. I'll grunge the edges up as well in a minute. I'll have to look for another blending sponge. do around my edges with. This brush is okay, but I don't like it for going round edges with. Mind you, it's doing it actually. Right, let's just get my other ink, my walnut stain. Just go over that as well. Yeah, that's better. More grungy. Just try and do around the edges a little bit darker. The edges. Look, I'm sorry about my hands, guys. Look at the state of that. I do apologise. Let's put a bit around here. Right, and the owl, I want to do a little bit of the vintage photo. Let's just get rid of that walnut stain. I want you to be able to see the owl, so I don't want to do it too much. And then what I'm going to do is I've got, let me just grab a paintbrush. Got a paintbrush. I've got my Pearlescent shimmer watercolours out, and I'm going to go over it with a bit of gold, and hopefully it'll look nice. I'm hoping. Just going to activate my gold just to give it a sparkle. These are nice, these shimmer paints. I don't know, Artway, I think I got them from Amazon. You get 12 different colours. They're really nice paints actually, because they weren't that expensive. Just then the owl's got a bit of a shine. Like I said, I was very inspired by Barbara's videos that I've watched doing this. I will leave a link in my description. I'm sure you all know who Barbara is at 49 Dragonflies, but in case you don't, I will leave a link and go and have a look. You definitely will not be disappointed. I'm just going to dry off. Okay then, so I've grunged up my owl. I've put some gold spray on. I hope you can see it. So I'm going to just start sticking these bits down on here. That's warped a little bit, but it'll be okay when I've stitched it onto my cover. Right, gel medium. I'm going to use my gel medium just to make sure they stay. I'm going to stitch all over it. That doesn't want to stick down, that doesn't, so I'm just going to carry on gluing, and then I'll stitch over it so it all sticks down. And you see that piece there just does not want to stick down. Let's see if I can put a bit more glue underneath it. It'll stick. Oh, there we go, it's stuck down now. Some of this use the book page even. Don't mind that there's creases. I quite like the creases actually. And then I've got a little piece of ledger I'm just going to stick there. Come here. Okay, now then, I've got some feathers. And I don't know whether to stick them on here or to stick them on the main piece. I've got some scrappy bits here as well. These are like painty papers, and I'm going to stick one of them on. That's nice with a bit of blue. I might put that on actually to have a pop of a different colour. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just get some more gel medium. Yeah, that little pop of blue I think will be nice, won't it, at the bottom there. And let's just whip that a little bit more. A bit more glue on. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Just layers after layer. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to dry that off and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've got my owl. I just want to ink around the edge of there. I need to find another blending sponge. Oh, everything's falling everywhere. Let's have a look. I've got a little one there. I'll use that one for now. Yeah, I need to find out where I've put my new ones. You put stuff away, don't you, and you forget where you've put them. Just inking around the edge of the owl. Sponge it up a little bit. I don't know whether to put a bit of black around the edge of that. I might put some black. Where's my black inks? Let's have some of this black. This is just black archival ink. Yeah, that's better. It stands out a bit more. Oops. My hands are covered in all sorts. I'm going to glue that owl on. Don't know whether I want it to stand up a little bit, whether to put something behind it, whether to put some foam pads or whether to just glue it down. Let's just have a look at these feathers. Got some brown ones as well. I think these are smaller ones, so we could stick quite a few with. Oh yeah, we've got some bigger ones. Let's have a look at that, what that would look like. Just have a rehearsal. I'd like the feathers to be sticking out the sides of the, something like that. Yeah, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to push them in a little bit. I'm just going to use this glue because I think it'll stick better. Guys, I apologise about the state of my hands. I'll have to try and wipe them. They look a mess. Just then there's a few little feathers sticking out. Like that. Don't know whether I've got them in the right place. Time will tell when I come to stick the owl down. As long as there's some bits hanging out. Feathers are not the easiest things to stick down, are they, to be honest? A little one here. Right, let's see. Yeah, that looks okay, I think, doesn't it? Like that. Right, I don't know whether to risk this glue or do my gel medium. Let's try it and see. I'm going to stitch over this, around this owl anyway. But if it won't stick down, I'll get my gel medium. I could always put gel medium over the top. Let's have a look, make sure his tail's not going to be hanging right off. No, that's going to be fine. Let's just put these feathers back underneath there. Not going to put his tail because it'll be hanging nicely off the bigger, you know, off the main cover. That's okay. What do we think of that? I think that looks okay, doesn't it? Let's get my cover. Let's just move this glue. I'm just going to see if I can get a little bit of the paint off my hands and it doesn't look as awful. That green paint is stuck. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, the state of them. Right, so do I want to put anything else in the background to break that green up, or do I want to just, I think I'm going to leave it like that. And I think I'm going to put one of the Tim Holtz quotes on. I am going to cut his tail off a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. So let's see if we can stick this down. I will go around it with my sewing machine if it doesn't stick. Yeah, I think that's okay. I won't stick the Tim Holtz quote on until I've stitched around it. Right, what I'm going to do now, where's my cover? Let's just have a look what it looks like on the front. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, something like that, something grungy and naturey, botanical. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and stick my cover down. Just going to put a little bit of glue on because I am going to, hopefully, if it'll go through my sewing machine, stitch it. I hope it will, because it'll all be covered in glue if it won't. Right, just try and get it straight. I hope it'll go through my sewing machine. Oh, look what I've done. I've pulled a bit of the paper off at the top. Oh, gluey fingers. I should have gone and washed my hands. I'll have to try and put something up there to get rid of that. I've got a little cluster thing here that I've made. Right guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the camera and I'm going to try my best to sew it. Okay, so I'm happy that my sewing machine managed to go through it. Yeah, it went through it no problem, to be honest. Let's just cut some of these threads off a little bit. I thought it was going to start playing about, but it didn't. It went through it fine. I'm not going to keep cutting that. So I've got a few other bits. I want to put this little cluster in the corner, so I'm just going to use some 3-in-1 to stick this down. Hopefully this will hold it on. Quite a bit of glue on. Just going to stick that there in the corner. Just that little bit of cream lace just breaks the colour down a little bit. I don't know whether I've gone a bit too green. I'm not sure. I don't know, but you can still see the fabric in the background. And then what I want to use is one of my Tim Holtz quote chips. Let's have a look what we've got in here. Dreams of faraway places. See if there's anything nature. What's that one? Find joy in the ordinary. Keep them in your heart. Creativity. Always take the scenic routes. That's nice. Believe in yourself. Shine like the stars. I'm just seeing if there's anything sort of naturey. When nothing is sure, everything is possible. See possibility everywhere. I think I might use that. Always take the scenic route. Like beautiful moments. Travel the world over to find beauty. Beautiful. Documented. Wonder. The lovely inspirational quotes, but none of them are sort of jumping out to be nature or botanical. The world needs who you were made to be. Limited edition. Right, I think I'm going to go with this. Always take the scenic route. I think that's the one I'm going to use. So let's just get a piece of paper just to ink this on. Just a piece of scrap paper. Go over that. It's a bit white, isn't it? And then I'm just going, let me just put the lid on that for a minute, then it doesn't go everywhere. I'm just going to get the gold paint, put a little tiny bit there. Come on, don't think there's much left in this one. Just that little bit. I'm just going to put my finger in and I'm just going to go around my edge with the gold. Yeah, that's nice. You can see the gold around the edge. Right, so I'm just going to put my heat gun on and dry that off. Okay, so where should we stick it? I think I'm going to stick it at the top of the page up there, or should we put it down here? No, I'm going to put it at the top there. Right, I'm going to use my 3-in-1 again. It's going to take me half an hour getting all this paint off my hands. Oh, I hope I've been in shot for this video. It's driving me mad not positioning this camera right. Always take the scenic route. Guys, so I am finished. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing that. I hope you've enjoyed watching the process. I do apologise in advance if the camera's been up and down. I'm still playing with this phone to try and position it right. But as always, guys, thank you so much for stopping by to watch. Take care, and I'll see you all soon in my next video. Bye for now.